All right, welcome to Elite Magic Academy, and today we're learning the top 5 false cuts. Now, the first one we're going to be covering is a single-handed cut. It looks like this. I'll show you. It's a single-handed false cut using a deck of cards. You do it twice. It's a double cut, one-handed double cut, all right? And it brings the order of the pack back to what it was. Next, we're going to be looking at the single false cut, where you just give one cut, which is a false cut. Then we're going to look at the triple false cut, which looks like this, is a false cut as well. And then we'll look at the quadruple false cut that looks like this. All right? And then finally, we'll be covering one of the best false cuts there is, which is the box cut. It's the false box cut. Looks like this. You can kind of go through this pack like this, kind of just mixing it up. Just kidding, it's not mixed up whatsoever. And it's a really cool, powerful, strong move. So let's start with the first one. So you have to understand the Charlier cut. If you don't know how to do the Charlier cut, I'll leave a link down below where you can just learn that move in more detail, and I'll be extremely detailed about how it works. But here, if you know how to do the Charlier cut, the difference between this and the Charlier cut is only that you're going to get a break using the middle and ring finger, right? To reorient the deck. So here you see we come around like this, we get a break, and we push this back up, and bam, it goes back around. So you're actually holding a break here. When you cut it, it comes around, you move that ring finger down. Oh, I didn't do it in time. You move it down so it holds a break there, and you use the middle finger to pull down on it, and it holds a break there. The pinky over here will come over to hold that pack in place, and then you can use the thumb to readjust so that you can use the pointer finger to come underneath and scoop the cards back on top. I know that's a whole lot, so I'm going to slow it down a little bit here. Start out here, you're going to break the cards in a Charlier. You're going to push them over, and then as it comes over the top right here, when it's in this position here, you're going to move that finger down a little bit as you push it past. See, like that. Now it's underneath, the pinky's still on the end. This finger comes down and presses on it. The thumb comes out, pushes on the cards here, and then the pointer finger comes up and pushes like this. But you have to remember to move this ring finger out. Move it out as you push up with the pointer finger. And then it will readjust the whole pack like so, and bring those cards over the top, and you're back where you started. So if this was the ace of spades, as you can tell, bam, bam, now it's back on top. So, cool little move. Now we're going to get into the false cut, basic single false cut. Single false cut is where you move the cards from the bottom of the pack over the top like that. And then you place the rest of them on top of it, right? Since it's from the bottom, you're just placing the top back on top. But it really deceives the eyes. It's the simplest and easiest false cut to do. You could probably do it right now just after seeing me do it. Very easy, bam. Now for the next move, it's a little bit more complicated. You're gonna triple false cut, and how you do this is you're going to use the pointer finger to swing over the top pack. So it comes up and it pushes against these cards. Now you're gonna be holding the cards in bill grip. So that's between the thumb, the middle finger, and the ring finger, like that. See how the other two fingers are out of the way? And then when you pull back with this pointer finger, it should buckle some of those cards and lift them up. And if you kind of squeeze in, see how I squeeze these fingers up here, it should leave enough space right here for this pack to swing over. Now once it's swung over a little bit, you can come up with the crease in the thumb here, like this, and grab those cards, pull them out, and then you're gonna come in with the ring finger and the middle finger again, and clip this pack and extend it out. But when you clip it, you're gonna pull the pointer finger in as well. So you should have this pack clipped between the pointer finger and the ring finger, and of course finally the middle finger. So pointer finger, ring finger on one side, middle finger on the other side. It's clipped like I am. So if you need to stop the video and look, there it is. And now that it's here, you're going to open the hand up and you're going to swing off another packet of cards, and you're going to grab it again here with your thumb, like against the hand, just like this. And then once you do, you're going to pull these cards in on top of it. Notice how the fingers are on top of it, right? And that's fine, because once you squeeze it with the thumb, you can then remove those fingers like so. You can square the deck up between the pinky and the pointer finger, and of course between the thumb and the middle and ring finger, like this. Bam. On all sides. Now as soon as it's squared up, you come up with the pack. Again, you can push this, you can lean the cards forward. Now you only need to hold it between the pointer finger and the middle finger. See, like this. It should be enough to just open it. You can slide the rest of the cards in there. And now the pack has come back to the beginning, right? So it's all back in order. And that's how you do the triple cut. From here, we're gonna learn the quadruple cut, right? Which is actually a lie, because to do the quadruple cut, you need to do one single cut beforehand, an actual cut, and you need to hold a break, all right? So you give a single cut, you say, look, I got a single cut, bam. I hold a break, and then you're gonna proceed to do the fake quadruple cut. And what happens is you come up underneath the packet where you have the break, and you're gonna pull the bottom cards out from underneath, and you're gonna pull them over the top and put them down. Then you come to the next pack here, right, this, right, that's on top, and you set that on top. Then you come to the bottom packet of the bottom pack that's still left in your hand. So here, you move it over the top and put it here, and you take the last one by itself and set it on top. So in other words, what you have done here is you've given a normal actual cut and held a break, and then you have done the false single cut, right, twice. So remember, the false single cut is when you just have one pack of cards. You cut from the bottom and then place the top back on top, right? So the bottom goes back on the bottom, the top goes back on the top. But because you're cutting from the bottom and then moving over the top, it confuses them. Well, now you're doing that twice in a row, but with each individual packet, right? And those individual packets are created when you cut the first time and hold a break. So now you're just switching the order of these two packets. So you do an actual cut where the cards actually switch directions, which confuses them even more. So when you do this, you've only false cut the top packet, and now you're gonna false cut the second packet on top of the first packet. And you've switched their order again back to the original order. So the whole deck is back in order again. So finally, for the most difficult one, and that is the running box cut. Now this is actually not as difficult as it may seem. I know it may seem like it's difficult, but it's pretty easy once you get used to it. The key is practicing it enough to do it automatically. To do it while, I wish I did that on purpose, that'd look cool. To do it automatically when you're not even looking at the pack. So an example is if I do it like this, I can look at the camera and I can do this move automatically without even having to look at it, right? And so that's pretty cool. And it's not as hard as it seems. I know that may look extremely difficult, but you'll see what I mean. So what's gonna happen first is you're gonna start with the pack together, like this, and then you're gonna cut off the cards from the bottom. And you're gonna come up and you're going to lift up. Notice how I'm holding these cards basically like Biddle Grip, but with the cards sideways as opposed to lengthwise, right? Biddle Grip's when the cards here, this is sideways. So it's like this, like Biddle Grip with the cards lengthwise. Now, when you cut these off and you come up above, you're going to continue to hold with the ring finger, but move out the middle finger. And as you do, you're gonna come over and use the middle finger to keep a break there, right? Now, as you do, you're gonna come over with the front hand to cover the front so that they don't see this, and then you're gonna swing out the bottom packet that's, well, what was now the bottom packet, and put it on top. But when you set it on top of this packet, you're going to set it off about 1/2 inch out, or probably a little bit less than 1/2 inch out. So notice how there's a step here. This is super important. Now, as soon as you set it down, oh wait, I should note that the step needs to be covered with the front of the fingers, like this, all right? So as you set this down, cover the front here so they don't see that there's a step there. So you leave a step there. Now, as soon as you do, you're gonna squeeze this packet of cards that stepped out, and you're gonna pull cards from the very bottom of the part that's sticking out. So notice how this sticks out the front? Well, now you're gonna pull cards from the very bottom like this, a small packet, all right? Like this, small packet slides out from the bottom of this packet, and it comes up and you set that packet in line with the packet underneath, right? So it's staggered like this. So it's staggered like this. But remember, because the front fingers are hiding the front and these fingers are hiding the back, they can't see that from any angle. Hides it. Now your fingers are going to come forward like this. You're going to slide the fingers along the pack like this and then squeeze down. You don't press until you get to this packet at the end. And as you do, you're going to continue out. You're going to slide it forward and you're going to readjust it and put it on top, but staggered again. All right? You repeat this process again. You cut cards from the bottom, from the staggered part. So let's imagine here. You slide them forward, out and up, and you align them with this here. So this part sticking out. But as you do, you cover with the front fingers. You slide the front fingers along the pack, and when they get out to here, you're going to grab and slide this forward and pick up and over. Now, this creates the illusion that you slide a card up, over, and then you pull it out of the middle again and continue this process. So it creates a really convincing illusion that you continue to pull cards from the middle and slide them on top. When in reality, all that's happened is you've just put the packets back in order as you go up, right? When this packet comes from the bottom and you come back and you put it back on the bottom, now it's back in New York order. Well, when you come back here, you're doing the same thing with this packet. When you stagger it here, you're removing it from the bottom, putting it back up, and then putting that packet that was on the bottom back in the placement. Same thing with this packet that's staggered. From the bottom, move it back here, placement. So you can go up like that. And that is the final card control. If you like this video, then please smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to learn more impressive magic like this, then please check out the Elite Magic Academy website or watch more videos here on YouTube. Either way, as long as you're watching videos on the website or you're watching videos here, you are helping the channel out and you're learning awesome magic. I want to thank you for your time. Have a good week, and I'll see you again soon.